Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby, and I am back with another video. So, a lot of you guys enjoyed the last video, and I thank you for the support and thank you for the encouragement, all of the above. And I will try to continue to give you more Selena content as much as I can, but I am pushing to do other content. I'm thinking about, but I mean, I enjoy talking about Selena. I do, don't get me wrong, but I do want to make sure I'm universal. But yeah, so, but I noticed that I get more attention with Selena. So I'm going to stick with it as much as I can until the series come out, which I saw on IG that is coming out this fall. So stay tuned for my commentary on that. So as you guys know by the title, that I will be talking about something that Tatiana allegedly, this is not her real name, this is the name that I'm giving her because I choose not to disclose her actual name, which she did say that she didn't mind doing it, but I didn't want to, just because this person did not give me any physical proof of all of the things that she has said. And she still has more things to say, but because at first I was reluctant on even disclosing this stuff, I guess she got offended and she just was, you know, whatever. But I mean, hey, she's entitled to feel what she want to feel, just like I'm entitled to believe what I want to believe. Now, as you all know, I said that I will be talking about Selena and a band member, and I've talked about this particular band member in a previous video I did before. Check that out. I forgot the title. I will have the video somewhere in the in this video, so you can know where to go and check it out. Because I did a lot of Selena videos, so I don't remember all the names of the videos, so please forgive me for that. But, so, I am about to disclose what she has said. Now, again, this person allegedly has said that she is a girlfriend of Selena, that she and Selena were dating back in the 90s, and she also dated Selena's husband back in the 90s, but during separate times before they were married. And she allegedly said that Selena did not have any physical contact with her husband, Chris Perez, and that Tatiana was the only alleged person that Selena was intimate with. But check that video out to get more details about that situation, and I gave my opinion about that and what I think happened and all of that good stuff. So check that video out that I did last week. So now I'm about this is what she said about Freddie, one of the band members. So Freddie is, and I talked about Freddie in another video, so I don't need to do a whole background thing about Freddie because I talked about him in another video. But long story short, he was one of the backup dancers / singers in LOS Dinos around the 1993-1994 era, 1995. So he was in the group Barrio Boys, which is like the Hispanic, in my opinion, like the Hispanic Boys to Men, if you know who Boys to Men is. And they did a song with Selena called Wherever You Are. Well, that's the English version. And they did, of course, originally it's a Spanish song, but I'm just translating it for my English speakers, is Wherever You Are. And I like the song, actually. And the video. They have a video together as well. Okay, so this is what Tatiana allegedly said that happened between Freddie. Because remember, the video that I did, I stated that I thought Freddie had a little thing for Selena, because I felt like it was weird for him to just drop out of the group Barrio Boys, who I thought were doing exceptionally well. I only know that one song. but I thought they were doing well. So it was kind of weird that you just leave a group that were actually known, well known, just to be a backup slash singer for a Tejano group. And I'm not having no shade or nothing. I mean, because Selena's group was more popular than the Barrio Boys, but I'm just saying they weren't. It's not like they were unknown. So I was just wondering, like, why would he do that? But you know, okay. So this is what she said. Freddie was ready, and I'm reading. I want to read exactly what she said because I don't want to miss any key points or whatever. But this is what Tatiana allegedly said. Freddie was ready to quit being a backup dancer for Selena. Abraham had promised him a solo career. So once again, like in my other video that I did last week, it stated that Tatiana allegedly said that Abraham and Chris Perez had a business deal, that Abraham talked to Chris and presented him with a deal saying, I want you to marry my daughter for 3 years, and after the 3rd year to divorce her, and I will promise you a solo career, a record career. So of course I didn't believe that, because that don't sound like something Chris would do. And I don't, in my opinion, like I said, I don't think that Chris and Selena would have went through just went through the things that they went through to be together for it to be fake. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, because I'm like, I mean, to be honest, Chris didn't really like the man. He didn't like Abraham. He just respect him because of Selena, or for Selena. He didn't really like him, and I don't blame him. He has every right to not like him, because who does, for real? Who likes Abraham? I don't, and I could tell you I could say it to your face, Abraham, I don't like you. So I hope you hear this. I don't like you. And I'm sure you don't like me if you have heard of me, because I've talked nothing but derogatory things about you. But hey, you give me no choice. You give other people no choice, because you don't care how you act in public, behind closed doors. You're just, ugh. Anyway, then she went on and allegedly said, and all of this is allegedly, that they were touring South American countries as Selena's opening act. So he said, so allegedly Tatiana said that Abraham promised him a solo career touring the South American countries as Selena's opening act. So to get more exposure. So I guess maybe that, I mean, maybe this is right. I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, this part I think is kind of true. I think, because it sounds like something Abraham would do. And it also kind of explains why he left the Barrio Boys, because you left a well-known group just to be a backup singer slash dancer. But then when she said that Abraham had allegedly that he had promised him a solo career, and to gain more exposure, he will be the opening act for Selena, LOS DINOS. So that part kind of sounds like it could be legit. Then she went on allegedly saying, but something changed in Abraham, and instead of working them to the point of exhaustion, he was changing his work interests, which I don't know what that means. She also went on and said that Abraham told Freddie that Selena was interested in him. So this is where I was like, okay. Now, I know in the other parts about the lesbian thing and all that shit I don't believe. But this, when she talked about Abraham, this sounds like Abraham written all over it. So she lied. So I mean, not she lied. I'm sorry. So it sounds as though that Abraham lied to Freddie, giving him the impression that Selena had a thing for him. But we all know that's not true. So she went on and said allegedly that she had plans to leave Chris. Freddie was like, I know that makes you jealous that she wants me, but at least you have Chris. I don't even know. I think she made a typo. She was like, Freddie was like, I know that makes you jealous that she wants me, but at least you have. I don't know what she's trying to say in that. I'm gonna try to dissect it. I think she was trying to say to Abraham. I think she was trying to say that Freddie said to Abraham, I know that makes you jealous that she wants no, I don't know what she was trying to say right there, but it don't make sense. That part don't make sense. I don't know who she is, because she said Freddie, so I'm assuming he was talking to Abraham, because Freddie and Chris seem cool in, you know, videos that I've seen and behind the scene footages and like pictures. It just, when pictures tell 1,000 words, yes, but it didn't seem like there was any animosity between Freddie and Chris. I think she like had a typo, but I think she was trying to say that Freddie was trying to say that Abraham was jealous because he's yeah, Abraham was jealous. I don't know. But then it says, then she allegedly said, Freddie also said that Selena showed no interest romantically towards him, but Abraham said that he was delusional. So, yeah, I think he was talking to Freddie. I think Freddie was talking to Abraham when he said, you're just jealous that she wants, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that part. Like, that part is weird and confusing. But I do understand the gist of it. And I do believe that some of this could be legit, because it sounds like Abraham. He's a very manipulating person. He's very calculated. He always scheming and all of that. So this sounds like him. So basically, I haven't finished reading, but basically so far it's saying that Freddie left the group because he wanted to be a solo artist. So he joined Selena's band, but this is before I knew all of this. He joined Selena's band to be a backup dancer / singer, I guess, to gain more exposure to himself. But at first I was like, why would you leave a band that was well known just to be a backup dancer? That was just ass backwards. Because I said in the other video, usually backup dancers or singers end up leaving that position to go into a higher position as a solo artist or in a group. So it was like he did everything in reverse. But now that she said this allegedly, that this part kind of makes sense. He probably joined the band to get more exposure to himself. And also Abraham must have, because he was in a well-known group, Abraham already saw potential in him. So he probably, came up with this deal that I will, promise you a solo career. And you're going to be the opening act for Selena and LOS DINOS when we tour South American countries. But the fact of the matter is, why did you have to lie to him and say that Selena had interest in him? Like, I didn't understand the purpose of that. But I guess this is any way to kind of break up Chris and Selena, because for some reason he despised Chris. Like Chris did something so wrong to him. I don't get it. Okay, so let me read on. And in the last part mentioned that Freddie told Abraham that Selena showed no romantic interest in him. And like I said in the other video, I didn't think that Selena had any interest in him. I thought he had interest in her. But maybe that explains why my suspicions of Freddie, not only because he left the group to join her band, but also because maybe indeed Abraham allegedly did say something to Freddie and had him thinking that Selena was, into him because she was friendly to everyone. So maybe he was a little bug in Freddie's ear saying, oh, Selena is interested in you, when we all know that's not true. And then, so she went on and said allegedly that Freddie said Abraham said that Freddie was delusional because Freddie said that Selena showed no romantic interest. And then she said that he allegedly said that she would never leave Chris. and Abraham is playing you and you can't see it. So I guess Freddie, you know, confided into Selena or confided into Chris. She didn't specify who he said that part to, but I'm assuming he confided allegedly confided into Chris or Selena, saying, well, Abraham is telling me that that Selena or that you have, you know, sexual interest or romantic interest in me, and letting them, and then warning them that he is playing y'all or playing them. So I don't know who he said that to. I don't know if he said that to Selena. I don't know if he told Chris this. I don't know, but allegedly she is saying that he said that Abraham was playing it. But so I'm assuming, because he said, but you can't see it. And usually when somebody is, you know, usually Selena will be that person that couldn't see anything that somebody is warning her about. So I'm assuming that allegedly Freddie confided into Selena and said, your father is saying, making up stories saying that you are romantically interested in me. And we all know that you're not, that you in love with your husband, but I'm just here to let you know that he's playing you, and you don't see that he's playing you behind your back. So, okay. Then she allegedly goes on and said, he goes backstage leaving. So I guess she's there too, because it said he goes backstage leaving me with Dawn and some fans. So, it looks as though that she was around when that happened. Because she did state, which I was trying to find the other part of the email that she sent, that she dated one of the Barrio brothers. I don't know the brothers, Barrio boys. I forgot which one she dated. I need to go back in the email and say, but it was a lot that she said, but she did say that she dated one of them. So she basically dated everybody, for real. I mean, she said she dated Chris, she dated Selena, and then she said she dated one of the Barrio boys. So who? But it says that he goes backstage. So allegedly, Freddie goes backstage. So I guess she was around when all this happened. Because she said he goes backstage leaving me with Dawn. And Dawn is one of the other backup dancers, the African-American dude. And some fans. And then Freddie comes back pissed and says, you were right. Oh, maybe she was the one, because she said, I was like, you're delusional. No. See, I'm confused. Like, this is, I'm confused. But anyway, yeah, she went on and said that. So it's like, I'm not going to lie. Some of that part does sound legit. And I've said this like so many times in this video, but that really sounds like Abraham. So he basically lied to Freddie, saying that Selena had a romantic interest in him. I guess just to break up the marriage or to bring some friction between Selena and Chris. But good thing Freddie didn't believe it, because he knew that Chris and Selena were like this. But what confuses me is the fact that she said he goes back and leaves me with Dawn and some fans. But I thought you was the alleged girlfriend. So why are you even there if he stated that she would never leave Chris and da 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 da? Like, I'm just confused. So I don't know. But I think that part with her being left with Dawn and all that may be fiction. But like that stuff that she said, allegedly said that Abraham lied and said that Selena was into Freddie, that sounds legit. And to promise him a solo career, that sounds legit, because any other reason, why would you leave your own band to be a backup for another band? So obviously he wanted to go solo, and Abraham was the one that promised him a solo career if he joined, the band and be, in it for a little while, and then he was going to promise him, to be the open act and get some more exposure. But why would you bring friction into a marriage like that? How would you feel, Abraham, if somebody said that you got something going on with another woman. Yeah, I do think, I did make a video about him and Yolanda, but it was a hypothetical video saying, what if them two had something going on? But you never know. He might have. And I know your wife would not approve of that. So why would you try to break up a happy home by lying and bringing friction amongst co-workers? Because the band was co-workers and they were friends. And why would you do that to your daughter? Why would you lie on your own child saying that she had feelings for him when he know damn well that was not true? And I'm glad Freddie had a brain and was like, that's not true. Like, why would you even think that? I mean, why would you even say that about her? Because she showed no interest in me. She's just a friendly person. Like, that just shows how low he is. And now that I'm on the Abraham bandwagon, this is what she said about Abraham. So, Tatiana allegedly has been, watching my videos. And there was a segment on the video that I did about AB when I said that he had, the issue. I think it was the part 2 where I said AB's issues, or the other one where he was the most wanted in Texas or whatever. It was one of those videos where I stated that I think that he had some incest like thoughts of Selena. Like it seemed like he, like what he saw because of his body language on stage. But that said that it may not be, it may have just been, that's just how he looked. I don't know. So I'm not saying that he was incest. I'm just saying that it just looked like he was giving off that behavior when they all on stage and she's doing her thing, just the way he watches her. But I could be wrong, and I stated that in the video. And this is all allegedly. I'm not saying that he's thinking that way, but I'm just saying it's just the body language gives me that. So this is what Tatiana allegedly said. She said, I know AB personally. Once again. Have not spoken to him in a while and forever. And again, I'm reading from what she says because I want to make sure I give all what she said, details. AB has no respect for women. We all saw that. We all see that. Of course, he got like how many wives, how many baby mothers from what I've been told. I know he was married like 3 times. He's married 3 times. But I thought that, most of his children was by his first wife. And then I found out that his second wife, they didn't have any kids. And then he just got married last year, and I'm sure they don't have any kids. So he must have had baby mothers in the midst of him being divorced from his first wife. So he must have had some baby mothers like in the midst of it before he got remarried to his second wife, who he was doing like videos with. Ricky, I think that's her name. Okay, so she continued by saying that it was taught to him by his father. So his father also doesn't have respect for women, which is true. Because, and I'm not saying allegedly for that, because that is true. You don't even have respect for your own daughter by you lying on her, saying these things about her that's not true, and then you wasn't really protecting her from dangerous people. And so I can believe it. And the way he yelled at her, the way he treated her when she was alive, he brought her the most misery in her life. So I could believe that part, that he had no respect for women. So, and then children is only our replica of their parents, and they only do what they are allowed to do. So if AB sees his father snapping at women and, talking to them any kind of way and treat people bad, he's going to emulate that as he get older. But once you reach a certain age, it becomes your problem, and you have to learn how to like wiggle out of that old habits. But so he didn't do that. So now you can't really blame Abraham anymore because AB is a grown man. Sorry. Who knows? AB has this is what she allegedly said. I'm continuing on. AB has a terrible temperature. AB has a terrible temper and throws tantrums like a toddler. Of course, we all saw that, he has his issues with the law. He's been in the media frenzy for, you know, some time. I don't really follow AB like that at all because I don't have no interest in him, but I've heard that he had a lot of legal issues. Well, I did do a video on him, but I know it's more to that, you know, to his list of indiscretions. So I can see. He loves talented women, but they cannot overshadow him, which I can see that. I can see that. Then she went on allegedly saying, you touched on incest and you are more than right. She said she do not know if AB was ever physically inappropriate with Selena, but he was definitely mentally inappropriate. So she's basically saying allegedly that AB had incest thoughts about Selena. So for example, he could be having thoughts about him and Selena being intimate. That's what she is implying. So, because she said mentally. So this is all allegedly. I'm not saying that this is true. This is what was told to me. Let me read on. She also allegedly said that if you watch the 2020 interview with Abraham, the father, after Selena's death, so now she goes on to talk about Abraham. He states he had father-daughter nightly talks even after her marriage. I don't understand that. Even after her marriage, she always been married, so I don't get that part. She went on and said, no one found that creepy. The nightly talks were code for him molesting Selena. So this person is allegedly saying that Abraham was molesting Selena, and nightly talks were the code. She also went on and said, and before anyone defends the fact that her mother didn't know, her mother, which is Marcella, bullshit. That's what she says. This is not me. This is her words, Tatiana's words. Selena told me if she tried to fake sleep, her mother will wake her up and send her to her father because the nightly talks relaxed him. So, this is all she said so far. So now I'm going to give my opinion about that. Now, do I think that Abraham is a sucky-ass father? Sure. Do I think he disrespects women? Yes. Do I think he is a terrible person? Absolutely. Do I think that he is manipulative? Definitely. Do I think he's a molester? I don't know. But do I believe that part of this what she said? No. Because I remember in the book, in Chris' book, the nightly talks were not code for molestation. The nightly talks was, if you read the book, Chris has stated that Abraham would come over all hours of the night because he lives right next door. All hours of the night, uninvited, just to start trouble, like starting arguments with Selena because he didn't agree with her opening up a boutique because he wanted her to solely focus on the singing career because he knew that was the only thing, a part of her career that would make him money, because he would not be getting no type of money when she blows up with the fashion world, because it's all her. He has nothing to do with it. So he was like arguing with her about it and saying no, like was very much against it, saying hurtful things to her, making her feel bad, draining the life out of her emotionally and all of that. So those were the nightly talks that was going on. Now, I don't know nothing about, because she said, quote, after the marriage. Well, she said before and after. I don't know anything about nightly talks before. I don't know, and I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that that's what happened, because I mean, as much as I really don't like Abraham, I don't really consider him a molester. You know, I don't think he would go that low to molest Selena because I don't see any behavior. I don't see the behavior. I don't see any type of behavior patterns. Usually when people are molested, they are the patterns are they're either promiscuous, and I'm sorry, I'm washing clothes. This is also a wash day. They're either promiscuous or they end up being the molester themselves when they get older, or they end up homosexual, or they end up, you know, very much they don't hold too many relationships because, you know, of because of the trauma. So, you know, like, for example, Tyler Perry was molested as a child. You don't see a lot of him with other people. And I believe it stems from his trauma from being molested. Like, he just doesn't trust himself in relationships because of that trauma. I'm not saying that he hasn't been in a relationship, because I've seen him in one, but you don't constantly see him with hand to hand with someone. And then, of course, R. Kelly, he was molested as a child, and then he grew up to be a molester, so allegedly. So, you know, those are most of the similar patterns. You either grow up into that person, or you end up being isolated. You isolate yourself from relationships, or you end up gay. But I don't think she was gay, so scratch that. Or you just end up, you know, having a whole lot of mental issues and stuff like that. I don't see no patterns of her being being molested. I just don't see that at all. So I don't think Abraham was a molester. He can be all things, but I don't think he was a molester. And that's just my opinion. I will say some of the things that Tatiana allegedly said did make sense in this segment, you know, in regards to AB, in regards to manipulations that Abraham has done, in regards to Freddie, you know, and all of that. But all that other stuff that she was talking about, I don't believe. Now y'all can check out the 2020 interview and see for yourself. I didn't view that interview. I just didn't. I don't want to, and I just didn't. But I don't think that's what he meant by nightly talks, like molestation. I think because he was over their house at all hours of the night, starting trouble, that's when, you know, that's what I'm preferring to. But I don't know what she's talking about. But that's all I have for today. Y'all can give y'all opinions, but I personally, like I said, I don't believe everything she said. I do believe some parts in this that could make sense, that could be legit, but the majority of it, no, I don't believe it. But I will say, because I won't be talking no more about her and what she has told me, because that's all she said to me thus far. But I will give you a hint. This person allegedly is the daughter of a famous Tejano singer. Now, I will not say who. You have to just figure it out on your own. But that's all I have for today. I will be back with a juicy video next Friday, and it will be about Yolanda. So stay tuned for that for next Friday, and like, comment, subscribe, favorite, all of that, and I will be back with another video. Peace.